What is going on, guys? Jack has got your back. Welcome back to another video on the channel and another tier list as well. So today we're going to be taking a look at the character designs in the Batman Arkham games. So with Batman having his 85th anniversary this year and also Arkham Asylum having an anniversary too, I figured it would be a great idea to go through the different variety of character designs there are for the Arkham games. So we have 4 games to get through. We have Origins, Asylum, City, and Arkham Knight. We do have a lot to get through, so let's kick things right off. So we have Anarchy from Arkham Origins. So this guy, he had a side quest in Arkham Origins where you had to deal with like different bombs that were located around the city. You would have to go to one of his informants first, and he would tell you like, oh, there's going to be a bombing at the bank, and you have to like rush there as quickly as you can, take out the guards, like his henchmen that are guarding the bomb, and disarm it. And then you would have to go to the courthouse, and you would have to deal with him, there. So Anarchy as a character, to be fair, I really dig his character design. He has like a red like puffer jacket, and he's got like a hood as well, and he has like almost like a V for Vendetta kind of mask as well, just like a silhouette, like an opera mask to hide his identity. It's a very sick design. I think he has, if I remember correctly, like graffiti like marks of like the Anarchy symbol like around his jacket and everything, so it's a pretty sick design, I must admit. I think I might actually have to put him in the A category. It's a pretty sick design. I really digged it, and I would have loved to have seen him a bit more in the Arkham franchise. But yeah, Arkham Origins, Anarchy, yeah, A category. Right, next one, we have Red Hood. So this is Arkham Knight's Red Hood. I don't know if Red Hood from the DLC will be in this, but this is the Red Hood that you fought in the boss fight. Of course, spoiler alert, Red Hood, Arkham Knight, you know, is the Red Hood. If you haven't played Arkham Knight up to this point, I think it's like a 9-year-old game or a 10-year-old game now. Oh, that just puts me on edge thinking about that. But yeah, so this is Red Hood, and Red Hood's a pretty dope design because, again, like with the Arkham Knight's design, they're very similar because it's the same character. The only thing that's different is that Red Hood has more of like a red aesthetic, and then of course Arkham Knight has more of like a black and blue military aesthetic to him. But yeah, I think it's a very cool design. It's a new take on like the Red Hood, you know, kind of design. But yeah, I mean, I digged the character. I digged the boss fight in some way because it's like, you know, a bit of like a cat and mouse sort of thing. Like you're supposed to be hiding from him. He takes vantage points around the area. He has a sniper rifle, like trying to hunt you down. But yeah, I digged like the visor as well. It's like a very futuristic looking visor for Red Hood. Where the hell am I gonna put you? Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna put you in the A category as well. I really liked that that design. Yeah, but he kind of just misses the mark for me. But speaking of not missing the mark, we have Arkham Knight. So Arkham Knight, yeah, this guy is pretty dope. Yeah, kind of wish it wasn't revealed to be Jason Todd, but it kind of made sense for the story and what they were trying to go for, Rocksteady. But yeah, this whole design, I digged it. It's like a military Batman almost, because his visor was blue, and he has like the little slits to look like eyes, and then he had like the little pointy ears as well to make him look like a futuristic military kind of looking Batman. Of course, he had like an all black aesthetic. The visor was blue. His pants, like his trousers, had like a camouflage, like a red and black kind of looking camouflage to it. Cool voice as well. He had like a very like raspy kind of like distorted radio voice. I digged it. Without further ado, I'm going to put the Arkham Knight in the S category. I really digged his design in it. I loved the Arkham Knight in that game. His boss fights, not great because of the vehicles. I wish there was more of like a hand-to-hand kind of thing, like for example, Leon versus Krauser in like Resident Evil 4 Remake. If we got like a hand-to-hand kind of combat thing with the Arkham Knight, that would have been sick. Similar to like the Deathstroke boss fight in Arkham Origins. That would have been sick. Against the Arkham Knight, that would have been dope. Right, Azrael. And there are two versions of Azrael. So this is Azrael from Arkham City. Very hard because like I'm kind of like squinting to see it. But yeah, so that is the Azrael from Arkham City. So Azrael from Arkham City, I mean, he's cool. He had like his own little like moments and all that. You had to like scan an area where Azrael was, sort of like make a map, and then you have to go to like Cathedral and like Azrael like show himself to you. Yeah, it's an okay design. I'm not going to say anything more because Azrael as a character, I'm not really connected as much as like any of the other characters in this franchise, but Azrael, he's okay, I guess. He's going to be like average for me, especially that design anyway. It's okay. Right, so this is Azrael from Arkham Knight. Of course, Arkham Knight's Azrael was more of a playable character in this one, instead of like a side character that just delivers a message and then he buggers off. This one is more of like a playable character, especially in some of like the challenge maps and his own little side quest as well. He wants to take up the mantle of being Batman. He wants Bruce to kind of take like a sit down on the sidelines. He wants to take over being Batman. But yeah, I mean, this design is definitely a step up from the Arkham City design, definitely a step up. But yeah, I'm going to put it in the B category because it is a step up. It's more like, it has more of like a Templar aesthetic to it. The other one, yeah, sure, it was like a Templar Crusaders aesthetic going for it, but this one is more of a Crusaders sort of aesthetic look to it. His mask is a lot better, his hood is a lot better. It's just an overall better design. Yeah, I'm going to put him there. Right, so this is Bane from Arkham Asylum. Let me put you there. I mean, it's Bane with like the Venom tanks on his back. Big and muscly, pretty cool design, pretty dope overall character design. Very cartoony, comic book accurate sort of Bane as well. So yeah, I'm going to put him in the A category. Right, this is the Bane from Arkham Origins. So this is more military. Yeah, he does have Titan in Arkham Origins for a couple of moments in the game. Especially at the end as well. But yeah, this Bane, yeah, he has more of like a luchador like looking mask as well. He has like a jacket. It kind of represents more of like a Bane from Dark Knight Rises. Definitely more leaning towards that version of Bane more than like the Venom tank's huge muscles from Arkham Asylum. It's just a big dude in like a black jacket. I'm going to put him in the B category. Yeah, he's not as good a design as like Asylum Bane. He's definitely there. Oh damn, okay, so Batgirl from the Arkham Knight DLC, you know, Barbara Gordon. This design I really liked. It was like black and it had like a yellowy gold look to it as well, like with the bat symbol, and the gloves and boots had like a yellowy kind of gold design to it. You also had like Barbara's hair kind of like coming from the back of her suit, her cowl as well. Yeah, overall it was a great design. I'm going to put it in the S category because I really digged that design. Yeah, I'm going to put it in the S category. I digged that design. Right, moving on, we have Batman from Asylum. Again, you have to look. Can someone give me binoculars, please? Anybody? No? Yeah, so this is Batman from Asylum. This is the Batsuit that started it all, really. This was, you know, the Batsuit from 2009, Arkham Asylum. Jeff's Kiss, great game, great experience. Absolutely love that game. I could play that game to death if I wanted to, and just get all the achievements or trophies again. I could easily do that with Arkham Asylum, hands down. When it comes to the Batsuit, it's more simplistic, but it was trying to look more realistic as well. So like, You didn't have a lot going for that Batsuit. You had a lot more realistic detail to it, though, especially like in the grey parts. You had like line details, you had circular pattern details as well. The gauntlets had different textures and different designs, patterns on it. Yeah, very simplistic, but it is Batman. That's his more iconic design. I'm going to put it in the A category. Because there is another Batsuit, and it is coming up that just screams, you know, Batman for me, and that is the Arkham Knight Batsuit. So when it comes to the Arkham Knight Batsuit, of course, you had like the newer gen of consoles. You had like the Xbox One making its way, you know, for the time as well. So when it comes to the Batsuit, they needed to show off what the Xbox Series X. Series X, God, can you imagine? They needed to show off what the Xbox One's capabilities were, like graphically. So when it comes to their Batsuit, it was more like panelly. When I say panelly, there was not like a lot of like smooth areas. It was more like armor piece here. His chest as well had like 4 different sections to it, and it was like all attached with like what do you call it, like harnesses and all that. It was more leaning towards like the Dark Knight kind of Batsuit, but with more of like a classic approach with like the grey and the black. His cowl as well, like it was just pieces together, and of course when he puts it on his head, the it just sort of like molds to his head as well. The cape as well looked great. It had different textures to like the leather of the cape as well. It wasn't just like a solid like leather cape. It had different, again, like different lines, different panels, that sort of thing. But yeah, overall, the Arkham Knight Batsuit was fantastic. And again, it was just showing the capabilities of what the Xbox One could do, especially with like the Batmobile as well. The Batmobile took up pretty much the entire hard drive space of like a Xbox 360. So that just shows you the power of that game and how good it still looks, even though it's like a 9-10-year-old game. It still looks great compared to like some games nowadays. You know who you are, Gotham Knights. Right, so this next one is the Arkham Origins Batsuit. So the Arkham Origins Batsuit, again, it was supposed to be more of like a realistic kind of approach to his Batsuit, and this was like year 1 or 2 Batman. I wouldn't say it was like a year 1 Arkham type of Batman. So his Batsuit was more practical, more realistic, and like this is sort of like what Batman could put together to make his Batsuit. So yeah, it looked a bit more military-esque. It looked a bit more like body armory and chunky in places as well, like actual body armor. Like he looked chunky in the suit. But of course, that's supposed to make it look like it's an early Batman. Like this Batman didn't care at all. Like he could easily like throw off, you know, an informant from a building. He just wouldn't care. He got what he wanted. He got the information. Just like leave him. He's fine. But yeah, like this Batman, the Batsuit was great. But where would I put this Batsuit? I would put it in the A category. Yeah, it's with the Asylum's Batsuit. Again, it's supposed to be like a bit of a downgrade from the Asylum suit. This was like the Batman that was beginning to become like the symbol for Gotham and all that. Like he was creating his Batsuit, and it's like something you could throw together if you were a millionaire, of course. But yeah, like it was a great Batsuit. Definitely an A category contender, absolutely. We're still sticking with Arkham Origins. That looks like the Cold Heart DLC Batsuit. I forgot exactly what this Batsuit was called. I want to say the XE suit, something like that. It was letters and then suit together. But yeah, this is the Batsuit you would acquire because you have to take out Mr. Freeze. Mr. Freeze was the DLC big baddie. And of course, you need a Batsuit to combat the cold. So, of course, you had a heated Batsuit. It would glow orange, especially if you increase the Batsuit's power, because in Arkham Origins you had like electric gauntlets, and if you keep defeating enemies, the gauge would go up, and you could use like your electric gauntlets to deal even more damage. When it comes to the DLC, very similar approach, but instead of like electric gauntlets, you had like fiery gauntlets. So, defeat enemies, your gauntlets will be on fire, and you could just, deal even more damage to the enemies. You also need the Batsuit to like melt ice as well to get through certain areas of the map as well, because of course there's ice everywhere with Mr. Freeze. The cowl as well had a covered mouthpiece. Oh my god! Mouthpiece as well. Uh, yeah, because of course he's combating the cold. The cape as well had like a fur. I think there was like fur around the neck, I want to say, of the Batsuit, but I could be mistaken. Again, it was a chunkier Batsuit as well. You know what? I'm going to put it in the S category. I really digged the suit, and it had a function as well. This Batsuit, again, any other like kind of Batsuit, you had your gadgets and all that, but it had like a purpose to combat the cold and also like the ice, stalactites, that sort of thing. It was a great Batsuit, so I'm going to put it in the S category. I have no idea who this is. This looks like just a normal militia kind of looking guy. I'm going to put you in the F category. I have no idea who this is. Is he Black Tiger? Is he something to do with Arkham Knight? I forgot. I had no clue. Right, next up we have Black Mask, and it's the Arkham City. It's the Arkham City Black Mask. So when it comes to the Arkham City Black Mask, you didn't really see him that much. He was like in a DLC map with a train, like a DLC combat map with a train. Did you fight him at all? I actually don't remember, but you did have like a character model. You did have like a riddle tied to him as well, the amusement mile area. To be fair, I do like Black Mask's design, because all it is just a dude in like a black mask. I do dig this design. And again, it's sort of similar with like the next design that's coming up. But where the hell am I going to put you? I'm going to put it in the B category, because it is above average, and the next one coming up is 10 times better. Purely for the fact is, like, this next one is like the Arkham Knight stroke Arkham Origins Black Mask. Because when it comes to Black Mask, he sort of went from being in a white suit in Origins, and then Arkham City he went into more of like a grungy kind of look. Then in Arkham Knight he sort of went back to his white suit and like classic look, because he was in the Red Hood DLC as like that bad guy. But yeah, so this one is like the Arkham Origins Arkham Knight Black Mask. I prefer it more, purely for the fact is like it's a pristine like white suit as well. And it's just clean, even like the black mask as well. It kind of reminds me of like Jim Carrey's mask design. It's just a dude in a suit with like with a mask. It's great. I'm gonna put it in the A category. I really like that design more than the Arkham City Black Mask, definitely. Right, who's that? Calendar Man? I mean, it's just a dude in a Arkham jumpsuit with like the calendar, like the different months around his bald head. Yeah. Yeah, it's a D. It's just a dude in a freaking cell. And when it comes to Calendar Man as well, you would actually have to go visit Calendar Man on like different days of the year in real time as well, so you could get a achievement / trophy. Crap. Crap. Yeah, he was at the end as well with Arkham Knight. He sort of looked at Bruce Wayne as his identity was revealed. Again, spoiler alert for like a 10-year-old game, by the way. Yeah, he would go into, or he would be at Wayne Manor, and he would be looking with the crowd and just seeing like Wayne Manor explode. He did say that he would be there at the end, Calendar Man, to see Batman's end. So yeah, he was there. He was there. Yeah, I mean, he's a D. I don't like the design. It's just a guy in like a Arkham jumpsuit with like the calendar months around his head. I mean, true to the it's a different take on Calendar Man, because Calendar Man in you know himself as like with the comic designs and all that crap. But of course they tried. I mean, I give Rocksteady credit because they did try and create like a different version of Calendar Man. I must admit they did try. Save everybody's time and put Catwoman in the S category. Let me just save everybody's time. Yeah, so we have the Arkham City Catwoman and the Arkham Knight Catwoman. I think it's very similar when it comes to their costumes. I don't remember much changes. I think Arkham Knight's catsuit was more detailed in certain areas. And then, of course, her hair as well, more detailed. The face is more detailed. It's just a woman in a catsuit. But where can I complain? I can't complain. I'm going to put it in the S category. Save everybody's time. I loved it. And especially when she was a playable character in Arkham City and also Arkham Knight. Great. Amazing. Right, this looks like the Harley Quinn skin from Arkham Knight in the Batgirl DLC. Again, this is more iconic Harley Quinn look. I'm going to put it in the S category. It's iconic. You know, it's comic accurate, it's animated, like Batman animated accurate, and they replicated it in Arkham Knight, and of course they added details to it as well for that DLC as well. It looked great, so yeah, I'm going to put it there. Right, this looks like Clayface from Arkham City. Let me put you there in the B category. It's just a dude made of clay, and again, it was very realistic and very practical looking, because it did look like clay. Put you in the A category. Yeah, Clayface from out of nowhere was like the main, not the main boss, but he was like the final boss fight of Arkham City from out of nowhere. I wasn't expecting it. When I first played it originally. If I went back and I did like a first playthrough, like on stream or anything, my mouth would have hit the floor, and I'm like, oh shit, it's Clayface. I never would have guessed. And that reveal as well with like Clayface being like the Joker and all that are so good. But yeah, I do dig the design because I do like Clayface. More of like a practical looking Clayface. Yeah, I'm gonna put you in the A category. Like it. Right, who the hell's that? Is it Copperhead? Coppermouth? Copper something? From Arkham Origins. She was one of the assassins that was hunting down Batman in Arkham Origins. She had an okay design. In the C category, you're about average. You're just... it's a throwaway character, in my opinion. But again, it's like year one Batman, so you had to have villains that kind of fit like the year one approach to Batman. Of course, this isn't like a Batman that's going to be fighting like Clayface and all that. Right at that point, you wanted like more mobsters and more like assassins in that sense. But yeah, I mean, her design was kind of okay. She was a nightmare of a boss fight. Yeah, I'm going to put you in the C category. Right, forget me if I'm wrong, or correct me if I'm wrong, I should say. But if I'm not mistaken, this is a guy called Deacon Blackfire, or Deacon Black, something like that. He was in the DLC. He was either in DLC or in the main game of Arkham Knight. It's been some time since I've actually played through the campaign and the side missions of Arkham Knight. But I did 240% that game. I did fully 240% of that game. Yeah, he had side missions, or he was like part of the DLC. I don't remember, but it was just an old guy with a cult. It was a pretty cool looking design. But again, I don't remember him all that much, so I'm going to put him in the average category. Oh, okay, Deadshot. Right. The proper Deadshot, by the way, not the Suicide Squad Deadshot, by the way. I want to just point out. Yeah. Right, Deadshot. Arkham City Deadshot. It was a very cool looking design, I must admit. He had a side mission too, where you had to You had to try and find the victims that he shot. Find the victim, triangulate where the bullet came from, and you keep doing that, and you have like a boss fight with Deadshot. Well, not really a boss fight, you just have to like avoid him, get behind him, and then take him down. Excuse me. But yeah, I do actually dig the suit. Where the hell am I going to put you though? The B or the A? Because the next suit is actually better, in my opinion. Put you in the B category, yeah. So Arkham City Deadshot, it is definitely a B for me, absolutely. Whereas the Arkham Origins, yeah, that's Arkham Origins Deadshot. This felt a bit more practical and a bit more, you could, you know, piece it together yourself, that sort of thing. Yeah, I said it before, it's definitely going to be A. It's definitely better than the Arkham City Deadshot. I did dig this one more, and you had more of a boss fight with him as well, because you're in the bank, Gotham City Bank. You have to sort of like get behind him to take him down. You have to try and find like different ways of taking him down. You also had his henchmen as well that were kind of like going around the place as well, so you had to avoid them too. Yeah. We just saved everyone's time. Let me put Deathstroke in the S category. So Deathstroke design, again, it's iconic because he has like the split mask down the middle. Of course, he has like the blue side where it doesn't look like he can see through it. And then of course you had the orange side which had his eye poking out. Great looking like military design. And then of course with this design as well, more practical, more realistic looking Deathstroke as well. So yeah, I'm going to put you in the S category. And his boss fight, Arkham Origins boss fight, not Arkham Knight boss fight. Arkham Origins boss fight, peak. That was a great boss fight. Definitely one of the better of the games, if not the entire franchise. It was pretty good. Who this? Is that the Electrocutioner? I have no idea. Just scroll down just to make sure that that is the Electrocutioner. I think so. I don't see him anywhere else. Okay, so that is the Electrocutioner. Okie dokie, let me just right, so the Electrocutioner. It was kind of like a joke boss fight in Arkham Origins. He was bigging himself up and all that, and of course all you have to do is just press one button and then he goes down instantly. It kind of felt like the boss fight from Spider-Man 2 against Mysterio. Spider-Man 2 2004 movie tie-in game, not Spider-Man 2 2023 Insomniac game. The first one. Yeah, bit of a joke boss fight, a joke character. His design was okay, but again, very average. I'm going to put him in the C category. Right, I want to say this Firefly is the one from Arkham Knight. I want to say the other one is from Arkham Origins. So the Arkham Knight Firefly, yeah, this one kind of built upon what the Firefly design was in Arkham Origins, but with this one, he's a lot more burnt and a lot more gross looking, a lot more, if I can say, a lot more like Gollum looking, you know? Very Freddy Krueger-y kind of looking, especially with like his burnt skin. He had his mask that was covering like his face, so you couldn't see his face. All you could see was like the top of his head. Different parts of his skin as well, like in his body. Yeah, I really did this Firefly design. If we got a more Firefly design that kind of resembled like the comics, it kind of looked like a beetle kind of looking design, like a fly design, but like a beetle-y kind of design. That would have been dope, especially if it was like in Arkham Origins as well. So like, for instance, if we got like the Arkham Origins version looking more comic booky and really like classic looking Firefly, and then like in Arkham Knight he comes back and he's more like gross looking, more burnt looking, that would have been sick. But yeah, this design was pretty cool. I'm going to put him in the A category. Yeah, I really like the design. He kind of fits like his motif of like everything on fire because he looks burnt. Yeah, hands down an A category. And then this Firefly, this is the one from Arkham Origins. You did have a boss fight with him as well. The boss fight with him in Arkham Knight was Batmobile related. You have to use like the winch to like pull him down, and then you have to like exit the Batmobile and then beat him down. You have to keep constantly doing that, if I remember. That's how it goes. This boss fight against him in Arkham Origins was on the bridge, and you have to use your bat grapple to like pull him down, and again rinse and repeat. You know, take him down, you know, punch him, rinse and repeat. But this design, not as good as the Arkham Knight design. Purely for the fact is, like, I dig more of the Arkham Knight design because he was more burnt. This one is a bit more like pristine looking, more suit covered everywhere, that sort of thing. It looked like a hazmat suit, like a fireproof like hazmat suit, with his like a flight pilot helmet, you know, that sort of thing, with his wings as well. But yeah, it was not as good as the Arkham Knight version, but it's still good. It's still pretty good. Right, this looks like Harley Quinn from Arkham Origins. I think it is, yeah. So, it's a blonde-haired woman in a lab coat with like a red shirt. Yeah, cool. Let me just put you in the B category because, you know, there. Alright, now we're getting into the thick of it. Right, so this is Harley Quinn from Arkham Asylum. This was a pretty decent design because it was like a nurse's outfit, like a maid stroke nurse's outfit. But it was trying to honor what Harley Quinn looked like, especially with like the Arkham Knight version with like the classic look of like a Harley Quinn. But yeah, this was like a more modern, at the time, more like a modern take of what Harley Quinn would look like, and more grittier, more grittier location and set. Yeah, again, I really dig Harley Quinn's design. Yeah, I'm gonna put you in the S category because I did dig that design. Yeah, I like Harley Quinn's design in Arkham Asylum. Really, really good. Right, the next one we have is Harley Quinn from Arkham City. Bit of more of like a dumbed down version of her Arkham Asylum design. More gothic looking. She had like red and black. She did have face paint, but it was more subdued, and then like she had more makeup instead, like a more gothic-y kind of look to her. I still digged the design, but it's not as good as her Arkham Asylum design. Not as good. Again, the same with her Arkham Knight design. Very similar to what she wore in Arkham City. So I'm going to put it in the... I'm going to put it in the S category because it was very similar to her design in Arkham City, but she actually did have more of like a motif. It was like a cross between Asylum and City. She was like in the middle, the Arkham Knight skin. So I'm going to put it in the S category because it improved upon what Arkham City looked like, and it was like on par with what she looked like in Arkham Asylum. I'm going to put it there. Right, Hugo Strange. Yeah, just a guy with round glasses, bald head, massive beard in like an Arkham Doctor outfit. I'll put you there in the C category. You're average. You're just a dude in a suit. Yeah, here you go. Right, Hush. Ooh, Hush. Okay, so Hush. Pretty dope design. He was in Arkham Asylum. No, sorry, he was in Arkham City, looking like this. And in Arkham Knight, he looked more like Bruce Wayne because of like the whole side quest of what he wanted to do. But yeah, in Arkham City, he looked dope. Again, massive like brown trench coat. He had like a body armor underneath, and then of course he had the bandages going around his face to try and you know, hide his face. and try and keep like the body parts he got, like the face parts from like other people, like fused to his skin so he could have like a mask. Oh, creepy character, great design. I can't wait to see if he ever goes into like live action with like a Batman movie. If he's in like the Batman Part 2, that'd be sick. If you had like Mr. Freeze and like Hush in that movie, oh, that would be great, that movie. But yeah, without further ado, let me put Hush in like the S category. I really like his design, especially like the brown trench coat, the bandages around his head. Ugh, so good. Right, now we have Jim Gordon from Asylum. Yeah, I mean Jim Gordon. I mean what a character, right? I'm gonna have to try and think about this. Yeah, I'm gonna put Jim Gordon in the B category, or that version of Jim Gordon anyway. Yeah, it was he's an old dude. I mean, how can you like mess up Jim Gordon, right? But in this version of Asylum, he was beefed. He was caked up. He hit the gym or the creatine. He hit something. He was big. He was quite big, like model-wise. I don't know if it's because they were trying to go for more of like a realistic, how can I say this? Like a realistic cartoony approach in Arkham Asylum. But yeah, he was beefed. He was caked. He was huge in Arkham Asylum. I was actually quite surprised that he didn't really hold his own. He could easily punch the shit out of anybody in that game. But yeah, I'm going to put him in the B category. The next one is Jim Gordon from Arkham Knight. I did like this version of Jim Gordon a lot more because he wasn't as caked up. He looked more like a normal person. He was voiced by a different person as well. He was, I don't remember his name like the actor, but I know him from like other things, in other movies and all that. But yeah, he was voiced by a different dude. But yeah, this Jim Gordon was a lot more grittier looking because again, like this is supposed to be like Gotham City, but like everything is like closed off, so you know you can't look your best, you know. But yeah, that Jim Gordon I really liked, so I'm gonna put you in the A category. Yeah, he was better, in my opinion anyway. Again, these are like all my own opinions. If you have different opinions, or if you don't agree with my list, let me know in the comment section below, definitely. But yeah, like my opinion, like he was a lot better than the Asylum look. But yeah. Now we have Jim Gordon in Arkham Origins. Yeah, just again, he's supposed to look a bit younger because he's not commissioner at this point. I think he's captain at this point. Where the hell am I going to put you? I'm going to put, whoops, I'm going to put you with your brother or yourself in Asylum, the B category. Yeah, hands down, definitely put in there. Right, now we come to Joker, the Joker from Asylum, City, and Night. Again, so when it comes to this guy, you can tell like they used the same design in those three games because it was perfect. That design for Joker was perfect. You don't need to change much. All you need to do is just change, you know, his facial expressions a bit more, add a bit more like realism to his costume, a bit more details to his costume. That's it. You don't need to like mess with perfection too much. So I'm going to put him in the S category. Yeah, in the S category. Yeah, he's you can't fuck up perfection, and there you go. S category for me. Mark Hamill, again, playing as Joker. Brilliant. Fantastic. Right, now we move on to Arkham Origins Joker. So this guy, not voiced by Mark Hamill, voiced by Troy Baker instead. Not as good. I mean, as talented as Troy Baker is, and like the design wise, it's not as good as, you know, the Asylum Joker. He kind of resembled more like a cross between Jared Leto's Joker and Mark Hamill. He was like a cross between the two. I will say this though, the Arkham Origins Joker, a lot better than the Suicide Squad Joker. I'm just going to say that right now. But yeah, not as good. I'm going to put you in the B category. He's not as good as, of course, the iconic look of Joker. Right, we have Killer Croc next. So this Killer Croc is the one from Asylum. My god, this guy. Even to this day, because I know like the mission in Arkham Asylum, it still pisses my pants. Because it is terrifying. Because he is hulking, he is huge. And just the fact is, like, you're in the sewers and you can't deal too much noise, otherwise, you know, you get insta-death, you get insta-dead by his bullshit underneath the water because you have to, like, walk on pallets to try and get, like, Poison Ivy's seed from her plants. Not her seed, like her seed in the plants. But yeah, like, this guy, towering, imposing, terrifying, creepy, horrible looking. Oh my god, I'm gonna put you in the A category. I don't care no more. Yeah, A category. He is beefy. Yeah, hands down, A category for sure. Right, Killer Croc in Arkham Knight. So Killer Croc, as the Arkham games progress, his mutation progresses as well. So he becomes more animal-like and more crocodile-like. So in Arkham Knight, he's just more animal-like. He's much more bigger, and he actually has like an alligator tail. So he's actually becoming more alligator than human. He was in the DLC in Arkham Knight. He was one of the DLCs, and he's in one of the challenge maps as well for Arkham Knight. But I do dig the design, I must admit. So I'm going to put you in the A category with your brethren. Yeah, I'm going to put you in the A category for sure. He's huge. I liked him. Right, Killer Croc in Arkham Origins. So he's more human in this one than Crocodile. He was the first boss in Arkham Origins. In the first 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes of the game, in Blackgate Prison. You get to like the roof and he's just there waiting for you, and you have like a boss fight with him. Pretty cool design. He's not as good as the other designs of Killer Croc because he's more, again, human. He's just got like more scales and his face looks more crocodilic, you know. But yeah, without further ado, I might put him in the B category, I think. Yeah, so he's going to go in the B category. He's not as good as his other forms in the other games, but yeah, he's okay. He's just above average for me. Right, I think this is Shiva. This is Shiva from Arkham Origins. You have like a boss fight with her. She's a side quest from the League of Shadows. I think she was from the League of Shadows at the time. I mean, yeah, she was cool. She had a boss fight very similar to Deathstroke in the sense of like her boss fight being like very hand to hand, and you have to like keep, you know, dodging. You have to keep evading her attacks and all that. Her design was pretty cool. I mean, it's just a woman in like a black and red kind of leathery coat dress looking design. Very cool. Must admit, I do like it. I'm going to put her in the B category. Right, this is Mad Hatter from... Oh no. Arkham Origins? Because this one is Arkham Knight. I don't know. I really don't know because it's very similar. I don't know. Oh my god. I want to say that's like Mad Hatter from City, I think. Yeah, Mad Hatter from Arkham City, voiced by the legend that is the guy from Mr. Bean movie and also Ghostbusters 2. You know, oh god, what was his name in there? Ghostbusters 2. Oh, Janosch. It was Janosch from Ghostbusters 2. Peak. What an actor. What a great actor. Yeah, this is just a dude in like a green like suit, like his coat. He's got like a big green top hat. Very creepy as well. He's a very creepy dude. You know what? I am gonna put like just Mad Hatter in the B category. I will. Like just all of his forms in the B category. If I'm not mistaken, this middle one is the one from Arkham Knight. I'm gonna put the Arkham Knight version in the A category. Yeah, so the other version is the one from Arkham Origins, because you have to deal with Mad Hatter in Origins as well. You kind of go into like Wonderland, and you have to try and save Alice, which is just a random chick that Mad Hatter abducted. And then the Arkham City version, you think it's like a gadget, but it turns out, you know, it's like a mind control sort of device from Mad Hatter in Arkham City. So you have to deal with like other inmates that are like dealing with the effects of like Mad Hatter's like poison. And then when it comes to Mad Hatter in Arkham Knight, he was part of the DLC, and it was like a whole storybook sort of thing. So you're I don't remember the context, but you get like shrunk down into like the book, and you have to avoid like his attacks and like pages. So you have to try and get into like the holes of the pages. You try and avoid it. But yeah, when it comes to Mad Hatter in Arkham Knight, more detailed, more realistic, more creepier looking. So yeah, I will give it the benefit of the doubt, and put him like a bit further up, for sure. Alright, we have Man-Bat. So this is Man-Bat from Arkham Knight. He sort of pops up every now and again. A jump scare as well when you like grapple onto like the side of a building, and you do like the zip, like wanting to do like a glide. He comes out of nowhere, jump scares you, and he just sort of flies around. I think there's also something tied with like a side quest or like a main quest with Man-Bat. Yeah, again, very creepy design, very very creepy design, very scary looking, realistic looking, just bat looking creature. You know what? I'm gonna put it in the S category, because it is a very cool looking design. It's just a very scary, creepy looking bat thing. It's great. Right. Next up, we have Mr. Freeze from Arkham City? Yeah. Arkham City, Mr. Freeze. Again, very cool design. Very realistic in a way. Very cool looking. And a cool boss fight as well. Very cool, very unique boss fight as well. I do dig the design as well. Like, very cool, very chilled looking design of like the blues, the blacks, the whites, and of course like his red goggles as well. Very classic looking, especially with like the animated like looking design as well for Mr. Freeze. Yeah, definitely put him there for sure. Alright, now we have Mr. Freeze from Arkham Knight. Again, he was part of the DLC as well. And yeah, again, very cool design. I'm going to put him in the A category with his brother as well. It's a bit more of like a slimmer down looking version of Mr. Freeze, especially with like the exhaust on his back, the chest, even the helmet as well is smaller. But yeah, it's still a very cool design, and very on par with his Arkham City version as well. And then we have Mr. Freeze from Arkham Origins DLC. Yeah, this Mr. Freeze, if I remember correctly, because again, it's been some time since I've actually played Arkham Origins DLC. This was a lot more chunkier. And a lot more put together. Yeah, very chunky, very put together, and like his helmet was a lot bigger than what it was in like Arkham City, for instance. Yeah, it was still a cool design, but nothing compared. Whoops. But yeah, nothing compared to what he wore in Arkham City and Arkham Knight. But it's still okay. It's an okay design. My boy Nightwing. My boy. Alright, so this is the Arkham City Nightwing. So when it comes to Nightwing, he wasn't part of the story in Arkham City. He was a DLC playable character in Arkham City, only for like challenge maps. It wasn't story related either, which is a shame because I love Nightwing. Nightwing is a great character. I absolutely love the character. I even have like a t-shirt with like his logo, like his blue like logo design for a t-shirt. I have that, you know. I absolutely love Nightwing. To see him sidelined as just like a playable character for like challenge maps, oh, it hurts. But yeah, as a design, I absolutely love what he looked like in Arkham City. So without further ado, I'm going to put him in the S category. I might be a little bit biased, but it's very practical again, like very practical looking, very realistic looking of like what he could look like if it was like a realistic suit. So again, you had like panel lines, you had different lines going through, you had different like, it looked like rivets, like holes in the suit to make it look like a wetsuit, kind of like leather suit. Yeah, and of course like the blue, like his logo was just like a V shape. It didn't have the like the head of like the eagle. I don't think it did, but it was like the V shape, and like it would continue down like his shoulders and like into his gloves. Just a very cool design. I will say one like probably like nitpick is the hair design, especially for like the Arkham Knight version of Nightwing as well. The hair, yeah, can't get around the hair, but yeah, I mean it's very accurate to like Nightwing. I absolutely love Nightwing. And then without further ado, let me just put everyone out of their misery and put the Arkham Knight version of Nightwing in the S category as well. So yeah, he was a bit more tied with the story this time round as well. Of course, you have like co-op missions as Batman with Nightwing, you know, dealing with like takedowns and dealing with like beat 'em up sections as well. Yeah, again, a bit more of a realistic look to this Nightwing as well, because again, this is Arkham Knight. You had the power of the Xbox One, not the 360. So again, you could get away with a lot more like textures, design, details, that sort of thing with the suit. And then again, like he had his own like DLC story as well, as you play as Nightwing going through GCPD trying to save police officers from like being raided by Penguin's goons, I think. But yeah, I mean, it was great. I need to play through Arkham Knight again. But yeah, so I'm going to put Nightwing, both versions of Nightwing, in the S category. That's his rightful place. Again, with Catwoman as well, that's the rightful place as well. Alright, moving on. I need to get a little bit closer. 2 seconds. Right, I have no idea who that is. At first, I thought that was Barbara Gordon. I don't even see Barbara here. I have no idea who the hell that is. Yeah, no clue. I have no idea, no clue, no whatsoever who that is. Again, let me get closer again. Right, I have no idea. Right, so whoever that is, I have no clue. I'm gonna put you in the F category because again, I have no idea. That could be Talia, Al Ghul. I don't know. It's not coming to me, whoever that is. Right, next up we have Penguin from Arkham. Right, so this one is Arkham Knight. Oh, this one's Arkham City. Okay, so this is Penguin from Arkham City. It's, again, one of those designs you can't really fuck up that much because it's just Penguin. It's like a little bald dude, like a little, just a little round man with like a bald head, like a monocle as well. You can't fuck him up. You can't really fuck up the design. Maybe you can, especially with Arkham Knight. I don't like that design as much as like the other two. Yep, you can't really fuck it up. I'm gonna put Penguin in the A category. Yeah. Right. Yeah, I'm gonna put that Penguin and also the Arkham Origins Penguin. I'm gonna put him in the A category as well. Again, you can't really fuck up the design, but they kind of did in Arkham Knight. So with Arkham Knight's Penguin, I'm gonna put him in the D category. I am, because he's not even average for me. And he doesn't even resemble the Penguin all that much. You know what I mean? Because when you see the Penguin, you see the monocle. You see like a massive coat that, you know, looks like it's warm. You know, you see a cigar. You see the Penguin, if you know what I mean. When it comes to the Penguin in Arkham Knight, it's just a dude with like a white shirt and suspenders with a tie and a monocle. It's not the Penguin for me, you know? So yeah, I'm gonna put him there. Yeah. Alright. Poison Ivy. We just put everyone out their misery. Let me get you as well, that Poison Ivy as well. Let me put you in the S category. Yeah, so Poison Ivy, again, you can't fuck it up. You know, even in Batman and Robin, they really didn't fuck it up. In that movie too, you couldn't fuck it up. You just can't. Yeah, Poison Ivy. Even when Rocksteady as well, they kind of elevated like her design as well. You could just put like a green woman with red hair and like a leaf costume. You could do that if you wanted to. But when it comes to Rocksteady and their Arkham franchise, what they did with Poison Ivy is they put her in like in an Arkham like inmate sort of jumper coat looking thing. But you made it sexy as hell. I mean, come on, it's Poison Ivy, right? Great design. Even like the Arkham Knight design as well. You kind of took inspiration from Arkham Asylum's version of Poison Ivy, but again with the power of the Xbox One, you just amp it up that much more, and with the details, the design, the much more realistic looking like facial expressions, the hair, you just kind of make it a bit more realistic, and it shows. It's great. Yeah, without further ado, I'm putting her there, hands down, absolutely. Right. Next one, we have... Is that Professor Pig? Something like that. It's a very creepy design. It's a dude that performs surgery. Like really botched surgeries as well. It's just a dude in like a pig mask. It's very creepy, very Saw-like. If I can say like a comparison to what his character design is. It's very Saw-inspired, you know? Because it's just a dude in like surgical gear with like yellow rubber gloves and like a pig mask, you know? It's very creepy looking. So without further ado, I'm going to put him in the B category because it's above average, but it has just enough to make it creepy and like scary looking, you know? Right, Ra's al Ghul. Actually, what do you think it is, guys? Do you think it's Raish or Ra's? Because when it comes to Kevin Conroy, he says Raish, and when it comes to Batman Begins, they said Ra's. So what do you guys think? I actually personally like Raish. I do like Raish al Ghul. It sounds cooler. But yeah, this is Raish al Ghul from Arkham City. It's just a dude. It's just an old dude with like a cape and like a cool ass looking tattoo. I'm gonna put him in the B category. Yeah, it's just a dude with like armor, like medieval armor, and green glowing eyes. Yeah, definitely put him there. When it comes to this Ra's al Ghul, though, this is the one from Arkham Knight, and this one is a lot more creepier looking because he's like dying. There's no more like Lazarus Pit because he's using so much of like the Lazarus Pit to you know, come back to life, to make himself healthier, younger. But of course, all that effect, it's causing a lot of like wear and tear on his body, and he looks like he is dying now. But yeah, this version of Raish, I'm going to put him in the A category. Absolutely, because it's a lot better than his Arkham City version, because again, realistic looking because of Arkham Knight, and just a lot more creepier looking, a lot more dead looking, like an old man that's about to die looking. Yeah, I'm going to put him there. Right, Red Hood. So this is Red Hood from the DLC after beating Arkham Knight. This is the sort of skin you would be using to go against Black Mask. Yeah, again, this is very cool looking. Again, he kept a lot of like his motif from the Arkham Knight boss fight. He still got like that red visor, but in this time round, he has like a jacket with like a red hood. Great. And he has like a logo of like the red bat suit, like the red bat logo. It's cool. But yeah, without further ado, I'm going to put him in the S category because, again, he's like a cross between Arkham Knight and Red Hood, like those two designs. But this is like Red Hood's nowadays Red Hoods, you know. I'm going to put him in the S category. He's pretty cool. Right, this is Riddler from Arkham City. Again, you can't fuck up this design. Very classic looking. Absolutely love it. I'm going to put him in the A category. So yeah, this is the Riddler. Bowler hat, green suit, purple tie. He had his staff as well. You know, riddle me this, Batman. You know, it's so fucking cool. I mean, yeah, sure, his riddles and bountiful riddles in Arkham Knight and all that. Yeah, sure, tedious as all fuck. But it's the Riddler. He's so cool. I need to see him again in live action again. I need to see it. Right, this is Riddler from Arkham Knight. I don't like it as much. I really don't like it as much because, again, it's just a dude like in like a green overall shirt, like a green overshirt, white tank top, green goggles. He looks more engineer-like than Riddler-like, if you know what I mean. So I don't like it as much. I'm going to put it in the C category. For me, it's average. I don't like it. Not as much as his Arkham City approach. I don't like it as much. Really, really don't. Right, I don't know if this is supposed to be Edward Nigma from Arkham Origins, or this is supposed to be Jack Ryan, or Jack Ryder, I should say. I want to give it the benefit of the doubt, and I want to say that is Enigma, like Edward Nigma, from Arkham Origins, purely for the fact is like the cityscape around it. That's kind of like the cityscape you would get from a character model in Arkham Origins. So I want to say that's Nigma. Again, it's just a dude in a suit. If it is, cool. I mean, great. There you go. I'm going to put him in the D category because I think that is Edward Nigma. Yeah, I'm going to put him in the D category. Yeah. Okay, this is Robin from Arkham City. So this is a pretty cool design. This is Tim Drake's Robin. So you've got like the hood, like the black hood to go over his design. Very cool, actually, I must admit. But I will put it in the B category because his next form in Arkham Knight, hands down the best, which is this one. So I'm going to put him in the A category. So this again, it just builds upon what he looked like in Arkham City. Of course, with Arkham City, you had him in like the main story. You also had him in like the DLC story as well. But then, of course, when it comes to this Robin as well, you had him in like the main story and also the challenge missions as well, and also like DLC stories as well. You had him there too. But yeah, this sort of like just built upon what he looked like in Arkham City. Again, details, the design as well. And of course with the hood down as well, it just looks a lot better as well. But yeah, I'm going to put him in the A category, hands down. Right, we're almost there, guys. We're almost there. Right, next up we have Scarecrow from Arkham Asylum. So without further ado, let me just save everyone the trouble, and I'm going to put him in the S category. So when it comes to Scarecrow in Asylum, very creepy, very, very scary looking, especially with like that huge like syringe gauntlet he had on his right arm as well. Oh, just very scrawny looking. His mask as well, with like the gas mask, like sack looking thing. Oh, it pays homage to what he looked like in the animated series, but with just amplifying it, making it look more realistic. And again, it fits Arkham Asylum so well because, again, Arkham Asylum is just so creepy and just scary. And like his sections as well in Arkham Asylum, hands down the best parts of that game. Absolutely the best parts, especially with like, you know, there's like 3 versions of like the boss fight against Scarecrow. Well, I say boss fight, it's more like a hide and seek version with Scarecrow. You know, and like Scarecrow messing with your head and everything. It's just so good. And like his voice as well, like, "What are you doing, little bat?" You know, it's just, oh, so creepy, so cool. S category for sure. This is now Scarecrow from Arkham Knight. So he was kind of a no-show in Arkham City. He was a no-show, even though there was like a barge with his fear toxins. So what Rocksteady likes to do with their Arkham games is they likes to put in rooms or sections of their game that would hint or tease like the next Arkham game. So in Arkham Asylum, you had a room in Sharp's office that you would not even think was there because it doesn't even show up on the map. You just have to like go on like the left-hand side with like the explosive gel and just like go ham on that side of the wall. And then all of a sudden, like, a room would appear, and it would, like, tease Arkham City, because there was, like, maps and concept art of Arkham City. And then in Arkham City, there was, like, a barge on the way to the amusement mile. You would have to use your decoder and sort of, like, do the sequence to get into that barge. As soon as you would get in, there's, like, fear toxin everywhere, like, canisters of fear toxin everywhere. And there would be like a Joker inmate that's like sitting down with like his head down, like hunched over. And as soon as you would approach him, it would just like react and like jump scare you, like screaming. Again, teasing the fact is like Scarecrow would be like the main antagonist in Arkham Knight. So good. And especially in Arkham Knight as well. It's a lot more creepier because with Asylum, he got attacked by Killer Croc in the sewers. So in Arkham Knight, he looks even more creepier. Like his face has like a rag going over his face, and it kind of looks very two-facey. Like you could see like his jaw and like the insides of his mouth and all that. It was just so creepy. If there was like a double S category, I would put him in that. You know, it was just so cool. Love Scarecrow, just an overall character, just love it. Right, Solomon Grundy. Basically, if the Hulk was white. Yeah, I mean, it's Solomon Grundy. He's cool. Cool boss fight in Arkham City. Yeah, I mean, B category. Solomon Grundy, I'm going to put him in the B category. Talia al Ghul. Talia al Ghul, I'm going to put it in the A category because she's not as cool as Harley or Poison Ivy. She's just missing that mark. She's just missing that mark for me. You know, it's Talia al Ghul. She's a member of the League of Shadows, whatever. Right, Joker, Hulk Joker, Titan Joker. B category. Yeah. It's just the Joker on Titan, you know. It's like if Joker and Bane had a baby. There you go, there's his design. I must admit though, his design was kind of cool. You know what, I'm going to put you in the A category. I'm sorry, Joker. Yeah, I am going to put Joker Titan in the A category because his design was cool. Yeah, he had a green mohawk, but you had to do something with his hair. But you also had like his ribs showing, you had his spine showing, you had his elbows, like the bone and like the elbow showing as well. Long fingernails as well. Huge grin, huge face. I mean, yeah, I'm going to put him in the A category. Yeah, I'm sorry I did a disservice to you and put you in the B category, Joker Titan. I'm sorry. Right, Two-Face from Arkham City. Again, this Two-Face is pretty cool. I mean, again, realistic looking. Again, you can't really fuck up the design. It pays homage to the classics. I'll put you in the A category. And I'm also going to put the Arkham Knight version as well in the A category. Yeah, so I'm going to put Arkham City and Arkham Knight's version of Two-Face in the A category. So again, you can't really fuck it up because just a dude with like a really burnt ass looking face. But with how they handled the burnt looking face, you could see like it's trying to heal over. But it's like showing muscle like texture and like muscle details and all that. It's just so cool, like a design. A lot better than what Batman Forever did, with like a purple face and like, oh, there's some veins there, you know. It definitely pays homage to his design in the not the Arkham Knight, the Dark Knight, that movie. You know, it pays homage to that. Yeah, a lot more ashy and a lot more like burnt. It's a cool design. It's a very, very, very cool design. So I'm going to put him in the A category, both of those designs, because they're very similar. Very, very similar. And now we come to the end with Victor Zsasz. So, Victor Zsasz. Yeah, I mean, it's a very cool design. It's just a bald dude with, like, knife slashes through his body to symbolize, like, how many kills he did. If I'm not mistaken, on his forehead, there are, like, 4 slashes because he does it like a tally. So when he gets to 4, he does, like, a slash, like, diagonally to represent 5. On his forehead, it has 4 slashes. If I'm not mistaken, he wanted that 5th slash through his forehead to be Batman. If I'm not mistaken, I think they mentioned that. Very cool. He has like the cuffs on his arms to like show restraints, but like he broke his restraints, you know. I don't think he was in Arkham Knight. I think he was just in Asylum and City, and that was it. I don't know if he still looked like this in Arkham City. I think he did. Otherwise, there would have been like another version of Zsasz here. But yeah, it's still a very cool design. But I am going to put him in the B category because it's not as good as A. But yeah, it's still okay. All right, can you see that? Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to leave it like that so you can see like the list in its entirety. Alright, so that is my Arkham series designs tier list, guys. So, it's a pretty solid list, and I did have a lot more S's than I actually would think of. But yeah, that is my my whole list. We had a lot to get through because, of course, we had Arkham Origins, Asylum, City, and Arkham Knight, and of course all of their DLCs as well. So we had a lot of designs to get through. The people that are in the F category, I have no idea who they are. I have no idea who that dude is. It kind of just looks like a throwaway militia guy. I don't remember who that is. It could be somebody from Arkham Knight. I have no idea. And then of course that woman as well. I thought that was Barbara Gordon, you know, Oracle, but it isn't. I don't know who that is. It could be some woman from Arkham Knight as well. These two characters could be from Arkham Knight, like part of the DLC. They could be, because it has been some time since I've actually touched Arkham Knight, like the main story in the DLCs. It has been some time since I've actually touched that game, so I might need to go back and actually play it. Who knows? I might do it for a stream. But yeah, I have no idea who they are. I have no clue, so apologies. But yeah, the rest, I'm pretty happy with that list. I'm pretty happy with that tier list. Again, these are my opinions and my opinions alone. Your opinions, your choices could be completely different to mine. Again, let me know in the comment section below. If you agree, if you disagree, if you could change anything, or if you have any suggestions for any other tier lists in the future. I felt like I had to do this one because Batman was celebrating its 85th anniversary, and also Arkham Asylum also had its anniversary as well because that game came out in 2009. So that was celebrating its 15th anniversary as well. But yeah, hands down, I had to do this one. And there we go, guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed this tier list. We did go on for quite a bit, I must admit, but we did have a lot to get through. Thank you for taking like just 10 seconds of your time. Always appreciated. And if you stuck around all the way to the end, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. It does mean a lot to me with all of your support and just amazing support. Just support, please, for the love of God. Yeah, I love you guys all so much. Thank you all so much for stopping by if you have. If you liked this video, go ahead, subscribe, and also, you know, ring that bell to stay notified when I go live with streams, or when I do post more videos in the future, more tier lists in the future. I love you guys. Peace out. Enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe. Have a good one, guys. Take care. Thank you again guys for sticking right to the end. If you liked this video, go ahead and check out my previous upload right up here. And also if you want to see something completely random, check out this video right here. And you see this little circle right here? Click it. Do it. Thank you again guys, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.